What if I told you that the secret to attracting massive wealth isn't about wanting money more, but about wanting it less? They were called the Stoics, and they discovered something radical. The less emotionally attached you are to money, the more powerfully you attract it. But here's where it gets even stranger. These ancient philosophers also believed that deliberately practicing poverty could make you richer, that pausing for 10 seconds before any purchase could rewire your entire financial destiny, that writing in silence about wealth you don't have yet could literally change your brain chemistry. Sounds impossible? Stay with me, because in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 6 Stoic practices that can completely transform how you relate to money. Not just how you think about it, not just how you feel about it, but how you magnetically draw it into your life with a kind of effortless ease that might even surprise you. And the first practice is so counterintuitive that when I first learned it, I actually got angry. It challenged everything I thought I knew about manifestation. But when I finally tried it, my income doubled in 90 days. Let me show you what I mean. Sign number 1, the detachment switch. How Stoic non-attachment supercharges your money manifestations. Here's what nobody tells you about manifestation. Desperation repels abundance like oil repels water. The Stoics understood this perfectly. Marcus Aurelius, who was literally the emperor of Rome and one of the wealthiest men alive, wrote in his private journal, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." But he also practiced something radical. He would regularly remind himself that he could lose everything tomorrow, and he would still be okay. Now, this isn't about being pessimistic. This is about activating what I call the detachment switch. Think about it like this. When you're desperate for money, what's the energy you're putting out? Need, lack, fear. You're basically broadcasting to the universe, "I don't have enough." And the universe, being the perfect mirror it is, reflects that right back to you. But when you practice Stoic non-attachment, something almost magical happens. You start to genuinely know, deep in your bones, that you're going to be okay, whether the money comes today, tomorrow, or next month. And that energetic shift from need to knowing is what flips the switch. Here's how you do it practically. Every morning, take 60 seconds and say to yourself, "I want wealth, but I don't need it to be happy right now. I'm already whole." The money is just an addition to an already abundant life. Feel the difference? You're not trying to fill a void anymore. You're inviting expansion from a place of wholeness. The Stoics used a method called negative visualization. They didn't use it to attract negativity, but to loosen the desperate grip we have on outcomes. They would imagine loss, not to suffer, but to remember that they could handle life even without those externals. Here's the truth. The tighter you grip money, the faster it slips through your fingers. But when you hold it lightly, with open hands, it flows to you like water finding its level. This is the first Stoic secret. Master detachment, and you'll magnetize abundance in ways that will shock you. Sign number 2, profit from problems, turning every financial failure into an automatic abundance upgrade. Let me ask you something. What was your biggest financial failure in the last year? Got it in your mind? Good. Now here's what the Stoics would tell you. That wasn't a failure. That was tuition for your millionaire education. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who started life as a slave and became one of the most influential teachers in Rome, said something profound. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. But he went even further. He taught that obstacles aren't just things to overcome. They are the path forward. Every problem contains the seed of its solution. Every financial setback is actually a setup for a comeback that's 10 times bigger. I know this might sound like positive thinking fluff, but it's not. This is about practically rewiring how your brain processes failure. Here's the practice. Every time something goes wrong financially, whether you lose a client, miss an opportunity, or make a bad investment, you immediately ask yourself 3 questions. What is this teaching me? How is this redirecting me towards something better? What would the wealthiest version of me do with this information right now? This isn't about pretending the problem doesn't exist. The Stoics were intensely practical people. It's about training your mind to automatically scan for the opportunity hidden inside every obstacle. And here's where the manifestation magic kicks in. When you start seeing every financial problem as an abundance upgrade in disguise, your subconscious mind stops resisting challenges. It stops going into fear mode every time something goes wrong. Instead, it gets curious, it gets resourceful, it starts looking for the gift. And when your subconscious is looking for gifts instead of threats, you start finding money-making opportunities everywhere. Ideas flow, connections appear, doors open that you didn't even know existed. The Stoics didn't just survive problems, they used them as rocket fuel. And so can you. Sign number 3. The 10-second Stoic pause that stops self-sabotage spending and aligns you with wealth. Let's talk about the invisible money leak that's draining your abundance right now. It's not your rent, it's not your bills, it's the unconscious spending that happens in the tiny gap between impulse and action. The Stoics had a practice they simply called the pause. Before any action, they would stop, breathe, and check in with their rational mind. Seneca, who was one of the wealthiest men in ancient Rome, wrote, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power, and that power lives in the pause." Here's how this works with money. Every time you're about to make a purchase, any purchase, you stop for 10 seconds, just 10. And in those 10 seconds, you ask yourself one simple question. Is this decision coming from my highest self or my reactive self? That's it. No judgment, no shame, just honest awareness. Because here's what happens in that pause. You give your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for long-term planning and rational decision-making, a chance to catch up with your limbic system, the part that is driven by impulse and instant gratification. Most people make financial decisions on autopilot. They're not really choosing, they're reacting. And every unconscious spending choice is a vote for scarcity, a signal to the universe that you don't trust abundance to flow. But when you pause, you reclaim your power. You move from reaction to creation, and that 10-second gap becomes the difference between someone who leaks money unconsciously and someone who directs it consciously toward their vision. Try it today, just once. Pause before you buy that coffee, that online course, that impulse purchase. Ask the question, feel the shift. This tiny practice will save you thousands of dollars, and more importantly, it will rewire your identity. From someone who spends unconsciously to someone who stewards wealth consciously. And the universe loves a conscious steward. Sign number 4, the abundance paradox. Why practicing voluntary simplicity secretly attracts luxury. Now, this is where things get really wild. The Stoics did something that seems absolutely insane by modern standards. They would regularly practice being poor, on purpose. Seneca, again, one of the richest men in Rome, would spend entire days or weeks eating simple bread and water, sleeping on a hard floor, wearing rough clothes. And he would ask himself, is this the condition I so feared? Why would a wealthy man do this? Was he crazy? No. He was activating what I call the abundance paradox. Here it is. The less you need external things to feel abundant, the more external abundance flows to you. Think about it. What's the energy of someone who constantly needs the next purchase, the next luxury, the next upgrade to feel okay? It's need. It's lack. It's a bottomless pit no amount of money can fill. Now, what's the energy of someone who can genuinely feel abundant with very little? It's freedom. It's power. It's a deep sense of fullness that doesn't need anything external to validate it. And that energy is magnetic. Here's the practice, and I want you to actually try this because it will blow your mind. Once a month, choose a voluntary simplicity day. Wake up and imagine you've lost everything. Eat the simplest food in your pantry. Wear your most basic clothes. Don't spend a single dollar. Put your focus on presence, not possessions. Throughout the day, keep checking in with this question. Am I still okay? Can I still feel joy? Can I still feel abundant? The answer will be yes, maybe quietly at first, but it will be there. And in that yes, you'll discover something revolutionary. Your happiness was never truly dependent on external things, which means your abundance was never as fragile as you thought. And when you know that, really know it in your bones, something fundamental shifts in your energy field. You stop chasing money from a place of fear. You start attracting it from a place of overflow. The wealthy people I know, the truly abundant ones, are not slaves to their possessions. They could lose it all tomorrow and rebuild with a smile on their face. And that's precisely why they keep attracting more. Practice voluntary simplicity, and you'll unlock a level of financial magnetism that no amount of affirmations or vision boards can touch. Because you'll finally understand that you are the abundance. The money is just a reflection. Sign number 5, the Silent Rich List, a Stoic journaling ritual that rewires your brain for high-income decisions. Marcus Aurelius kept a journal. Every night he would write down his thoughts, reflections, and lessons from the day. Those personal notes eventually became Meditations, one of the most influential books ever written. But he wasn't writing for others. He was writing to transform himself. And there's a specific journaling practice rooted in Stoic wisdom that can literally rewire your brain's neural pathways for wealth. I call it the Silent Rich List. Here's how it works. Every evening before bed, you write down 3 things in your journal. 1. A high-income decision you made today. This could be as simple as choosing to invest in a course, having a sales conversation, following up with a client, or saying no to a time-wasting opportunity. You're training your brain to recognize and repeat wealth-building behavior. 2. A moment today when you acted like your wealthiest self. Maybe you carried yourself with confidence in a meeting. Maybe you spoke about money with ease instead of anxiety. Maybe you picked up the check without hesitation. You're programming your identity. 3. A financial lesson you learned or a piece of abundance wisdom you encountered. Even if nothing major happened today, there's always something. A conversation, a podcast, a book, a thought you had. You're teaching your subconscious to constantly learn and grow in the money arena. That's it. 3 things. 5 minutes. Every night. Here's why this works on a neurological level. Your brain can't fully distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When you write about acting like your wealthiest self, your brain encodes it as a real memory. And the more you do this, the more your brain starts to believe, this is who I am. I'm someone who makes high-income decisions naturally. The Stoics knew that we become what we repeatedly think about. This journaling practice is a direct line to your subconscious mind, reprogramming it for wealth every single night. Do this for 30 days. Watch how your financial reality starts to shift, not because the world suddenly changed, but because you did. You'll start making different choices automatically, because you've been training your brain in silence, and that silent practice creates very loud results. Sign number 6, forecast from your future self. A Stoic visualization trick for instant clarity on your next money move. Let's end with the most powerful practice of all. The Stoics believed in living life in reverse. They would imagine themselves at the end of their lives, looking back, and then make decisions from that future perspective. Marcus Aurelius would ask himself, what would I regret not doing? What would I wish I'd chosen? When you apply this to money decisions, you get instant clarity like almost nothing else. Here's what you do. When you're facing any financial decision, whether it's taking a risk on a business idea, making an investment, turning down an opportunity, changing your pricing, or quitting a job, you close your eyes and mentally step 10 years into the future. See yourself, older, wiser, wealthier. You've already made the decision one way or another, and you've lived with the consequences. From that future place, ask, what did I choose? What do I wish I had chosen? What advice would I give my younger self right now? Then you listen. Your future self already knows. That version of you isn't clouded by fear, by your current bank balance, or by other people's opinions. That version has the perspective you need. And here's the beautiful part. When you make decisions from your future self's perspective, you naturally align with your highest path. You're no longer reacting to present circumstances, you're creating from future wisdom. The Stoics called this the view from above. Zooming out, seeing your life from a higher vantage point where all the temporary noise fades away and only what truly matters remains. Try it right now with whatever money question is on your mind. Close your eyes for a moment, see your wealthy, fulfilled future self. Ask the question, listen for the answer. That clarity you feel, that's your internal abundance guidance system. And it's always there, waiting for you to pause long enough to access it. So here we are. 6 ancient practices, 1 modern transformation. The Stoics weren't just philosophers sitting around thinking deep thoughts. They were builders of empires, creators of wealth, masters of their own minds. And they left us these tools not as abstract ideas, but as practical paths to power. You now have the detachment switch to release desperate energy. You have the ability to profit from every problem. You have the 10-second pause to stop self-sabotage spending. You have the abundance paradox to unlock true freedom. You have the silent rich list to rewire your brain each night. And you have your future self ready to guide your next money move. These aren't just concepts, they're daily practices. And if you commit to even one of them, really commit, you'll start to see shifts in your financial reality that feel almost magical. But they're not magic. They're ancient wisdom meeting your modern willingness to change. The Stoics believed that wealth flows to those who have mastered themselves, and now, so do you. Start today. Start small, but start. Your abundant future is waiting for the decision you make right now.